Yeah, what it is, what it do, what it look like, man. It's your boy Swift back up in the mix with another episode of this boss heavy shit, and you already know.
We about to do it the boss heavy way.
Yeah. Say, man, it's the first of the month. The feeling is always the same. Bills due. Especially when you're a creative and you gotta find a way to make lemons lemonade. This is the time of the month where you actually put a value or a price tag on your creativity. A lot of times people get caught up in the day-to-day. Don't really make the right plans or the right adjustments to be in the right position. To be able to not even really think about the first of the month. We're going to talk about it. This podcast is brought to you by the boy Boss Heavy, Swift. Himself. The one that took a cell phone, an iPhone 8 Plus. Ran up and down the Beltway for a year or two. Created his own lane, created his own wave. The one thing that I do harp on, and the one thing that I do actually want everybody to understand is that, man, no matter what it is that you do, you gotta find your own way of doing it. Therefore, this is how we created the Boss Heavyweight. You never know how it's gonna go. But like my OGs always told me, man, in this game of life, you gotta pick the motherfucking dice up and rolling bitches. Yeah. This one's right here for all the creatives, man. Serious business. It takes a different set of bravery, a different set of nuts for real to actually come out here and actually provide for your family based off of the things that you create. But so many things to talk about, so many things to go over. I wanted to actually test myself and see if it was even possible for me to go 30 days straight recording one of these podcasts. A lot of people record a podcast a week. A lot of people record, one every couple months. I don't know. I'm guilty of it myself. I got podcast episodes that I recorded in 2021, 2022, 2023 that have never hit the airwaves. 2024, matter of fact. This is probably my 10th podcast that I recorded this year. And this might be the first one that's going to hit the airwaves. I don't know. My goal now is just to actually just defeat the battle within yourself. A lot of us are stuck in between whether or not you want to be the consumer or the producer of the content. It's so easy to get caught up scrolling. It's so easy to take time in the day to see what everybody else is on. But for the next 30 days, I'm going to challenge myself to be more of a producer. I produce content for a lot of people. I've been in a lot of rooms. I've definitely pulled up and let them know.
We about to do it the boss heavy way.
Many, many times. But now it's like, yo, how do you actually take the mic, turn it around, and show the world what you want? Show the world how you move, how you think, how you feel about things. A lot of times people undervalue what it is that's inside of you because you don't really show your superpower. Now, even in recording this content, I know it's going to be a lot of different aspects of the podcast that are going to switch. There's going to be some segments that are going to be put together. But for right now, it's all about finding your voice. And the first thing I want to talk about, man, today, or I guess to just spark off the podcast and draw some inspiration, I have some saved IG reels. And if you're like me, man, you get on Instagram and from time to time you'll scroll and you'll really see something that's impactful. You'll really see something that moves you a certain way. And you'll save it. And I feel like, man, just to draw some ideas, draw some inspiration. We're going to definitely tap into a few of these, man, that I feel like will help you as a creative see things. You might be in this position now, but you're going to see things a different way. All right, let's get into it.
Wait when things go completely to pieces, when things are the worst, when your very best deal falls apart and your rent is late and you're tired and you're sick and everybody's mad at you and your car doesn't work, then it's the person that picks themselves up and says, nothing is going to stop me. You know, the best quality in the world that you can develop, and I give it to you because I've made it my life's habit to develop this quality. I hope I've got it. I don't know for sure. But the quality is to develop the quality of being unstoppable. Develop the quality of being unstoppable. Say in yourself that no matter what life throws at me, it'll never stop me. No matter how rough it gets, I will never quit. And nothing will ever stop me.
Listen, man. That one quality right there of just having the mindset of knowing that no matter what's going on, how it goes, how the world is turning against you, how your friends are turning against you. Man, listen, your lights getting cut off, your benefits are getting cut short. They're saying that you're not going to be able to go here or go there because your press pass or your media pass got denied. You have rent due in 5 days to 10 days. You don't know when your next shoot is going to pop up. Any of these situations is going on right now within your business. Whether it's not having the right systems in place, not having the right partners in place to actually elevate your brand to the next level. No matter what's going on, take the time, step back, and do something productive and be the producer. Now, here at Balls Heavy, over the last year or two, we've been fortunate to actually be in some of the most prolific rooms with some of the most influential influencers in the game, firsthand. I mean, like Nehemiah Davis, Candace Holyfield, Gillian Wallow, Rich and Unemployed, Xavier at the Millionaire Mindset Podcast. So many different podcasts and different rooms that we've been fortunate to be in, and different influences that I've been able to actually be in close proximity with, that now it's like you come to this crossroad where it's time to implement. And it's not even really like a scary thing. It's more so like, alright, at some point, having the influence and having all the motivation and having all the guys around you that's going to speak life into your dreams and stuff like that on the internet is cool. And I actually want to talk about that a little bit, because a lot of people that I see now, especially in today's age, they hop on the internet and, for one, they're not producing content. I'm guilty of this. I know how to produce content. I shoot. I do a lot of different things well. I do not like producing content. I do not like being in the limelight. I do not like being at the top of everybody's conversation. I'm just trying to get in and get out, do my thing, make my little bread, slide in and slide out. But everywhere that I go, people tell me, man, you're way bigger than that. There's not too many videographers or photographers that actually have the same mindset that you do when it comes down to a lot of different things that you produce. So now I have to produce this content and produce this podcast to basically show the world like the different elements of what it really is. But I'm not the one that's too big on being the dancing bear. I learned this from the boy Derek Harper. I went down to Texas last year. We had a mastermind with Brandon Shot Me, Derek Harper. And when we got in there, he had a concept where he was telling us, like, man, there's some influencers that are on the internet that are basically dancing bears. They have to dance in front of the camera, make a lot of noise in front of the lens in order to be noticeable, in order to be viewed as the influencers that they are. And his whole perspective was so different because he was showing us his Facebook traffic with millions of views on Facebook and traffic on Facebook without any real ads still being run. And he was telling me, like, man, you can actually go at this two ways. You could be a dancing bear, hop on the internet, and actually, like, you know, be relevant, be in everybody's face 24 hours a day. Or you could be very strategic and build a community around the things that you love and the things that you actually like want to help people do. So I chose door number 2. Instead of me actually putting all these clips on Instagram, instead of me doing all these different things that are gonna actually like make a whole lot of noise, even though attention is the new currency, I want to play more of a longer game on YouTube. I want to engage with my audience a little different. Anybody could look good in 15 to 30 seconds. But when you hear my stories and you hear like just how I came from point A to point B, I feel like it's gonna resonate with more people. And the right people will find me. I've done work from all over the DMV, traveled to Atlanta a couple different times. Shot Essence Fest last year, Chicago, Texas. I've seen a lot of different places around the country last year with this camera. And now I'm at the point now where it's like, it's time to show the world what's on the other side of it. But going back into the Instagram feed and being a dancing bear and all that, it's like, I said all that to say, you gotta understand what you're doing when you follow the pages and the people that you follow on Instagram and Facebook and social media in general. Your timeline is called a feed. It's weird because they're actually telling you exactly what they're doing, and it's like people kind of overlook it and don't even really think about it. Like, these influencers are feeding you information, good, bad, negative, or indifferent. No matter how you feel about it, it's going down. So, be vegan. Eat clean on Instagram. Follow people that are actually planting seeds and giving you valuable information. The more time that you spend on the app involved with gossip blogs and battles and BBLs, and the more time you're taking away from actually like flourishing. Now you can use Instagram as, you can use any of them, TikTok, Instagram, any of them, as entertainment or edutainment. And what I mean by that is like, yes, you can have some, you're gonna have some BBLs, bro. You're gonna have some bras on your timeline. You're not gonna be holier than thou. Everybody has something going on their timeline that's a little sketchy. But 8 out of 10 posts that you see should be giving you something. And giving you more than just information and like entertainment. It should be giving you actual feasible things that you can take with you and either enhance your character or your way of thinking. Being unstoppable as a creative has so many layers to it. In the beginning, you're gonna just jump off the leash, and what I call it is like just running off the leash, like a dog that's just running wild. You're gonna hop out there with your camera and everything that you feel like you can record, you're gonna record. You're gonna get all the experience in the world, and over time, you might strike a big proposal. You might do something that warrants a lot of money. And then contracts start to come into place. Now, intellectual property starts to be a factor. Now, we have documents that need to be signed in order for people to move forward. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own views of their goals and their aspirations, but in this game, especially as a creator, my advice to you or anybody that's listening to my voice right now is to make sure that when you step into the arena of actually doing something that's significant, that has a significant return, that you lay out exactly what it is that you want and exactly what the guidelines would be as far as the intellectual property of the creation of the thing that you're creating. You never want money. You never want, I guess, your value to be determined by another person's perception of you. Whenever you're in this creative space, man, you always want to have control of what it is that you're providing for your client. But I'm here to tell you, man, like it's a wild game that we playing out here. And to win at it, you got to be wiser, not only with just your camera, but with the way that you conduct your business. Now, there's so many different little reels. Like I said, I don't have a co-host, so I'm gonna be drawing inspiration from a lot of these reels, but this is exactly the space that I'm in right now. As of today, I'm a content creator, media producer out here in the DMV, specializing in branding, commercial, videography, and photography. I've serviced everyone from student athletes that were trying to get scholarships all the way to big businesses that were trying to promote their businesses and brands throughout the world. In the last year, my most recent client and I ran up over 2 million views on YouTube in a 9-month span, creating a series of videos teaching people how to holistically heal themselves through stretch therapy. And now I'm here, man, ready to put this together, put together what I know, digitalize the process, if that's even the word, digitize the process. And you know what I'm talking about? That's really the goal, man. That's really the goal. Alright, so let's hop into it. Enough for the small talk. This is what I recommend. This is exactly where I'm at. Let's see.
Take all the stuff that you hate doing and do it one last time, but record it. Start right there. That becomes your new SOP, your new standard operating procedure to hire your first person. Don't like setting up mics? Record it one last time. Hire the person, and their first week, their first training is to take a test on the thing you hated doing. They got 7 days to watch those videos and do it. Your job is to monitor the work you hate doing and help them make adjustments, because by week 2, your job is to do less of it. Take all the stuff that you hate doing and do it one last time, but record it. Start right there.
Hey, wise words from the man Marcus Rosier, man. That right there is exactly where I'm at right now, and I need to find out the difference between being a creative and the business person. There's a lot of things that you do in business that you don't like doing. Emails, proposals. All I really want to do is hop on a call and figure out what it is you want to shoot, get the deposit, get you onto a shoot date on the calendar, and do my thing. Everything else that goes into the business, the small talk, the building of the relationships. Don't get me wrong, I love my clients. I love the people that reach out, because it's always a vibe. It's always a good thing when we actually link up and we actually do our thing. But it takes a lot to wear both hats and be efficient at both. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm a street dude, you know? A lot of times, coming from out of the streets or coming from where the background that I come from, it's like transactions are almost like the carry out. Everybody trying to hurry up and buy. So all the nurturing and client nurturing and trying to figure out what's next has been very hard. But in this process here, man, of actually like getting in front of this camera, my goal is to basically bring my life full circle and create a series of videos that we can look back on and actually say, man, this is how this whole Boss Heavy thing started. This is how it kicked off. And create a new ecosystem and a way for other creators to actually link up, build something vicious together, build something crazy, and do that thing the Boss Heavy way. Now I got a lot of work to do. I feel like streaming on Twitch while I do some of this stuff will probably be the most efficient way to capture this without having a 50 gigabyte file that I have to dump down. Cause these files are so big for video that it's like, man, I don't really know. I don't really know, man. I might just pick and choose which videos I'm gonna put out there, man. Cause just doing all these joints, I don't know. We'll see. But picking out the things that you hate doing the most, recording it one time, giving it to somebody to take a test on the things that you hate doing the most, and giving them a week to figure it out. That's probably step one for anybody listening to my voice right now that owns a creative business. If you own a creative business and you know that you have things in your business that are not your strong point, but you are a dope creative, this is the first thing that you might need to do. One of my mentors, he told me, man, he was like, the very first thing that you really want to do inside of your business is bring somebody in that brings you more business. Whether it's an assistant, whether it's somebody at the front desk, something. It needs to be somebody inside of your business that brings you more business, that gets more eyes on what you have going on. And their job is to solely reach out and be the face. Answer the emails, the calls, set up the Zoom meetings, create an ecosystem where that person is getting paid monthly from the business that they bring in. That way, that aspect of your business is actually taken out of your hands. Yeah. So, you might be asking yourself right now, like, how the hell do I do that? I'm gonna give y'all a gem on this first episode. I'm gonna give y'all a slight gem. You know, work overseas is a lot cheaper than it is here. So as a creative, the most cost efficient way to get started hiring out your first employee will be on onlineph.com. No, they're not sponsoring the channel, but they can. Online PH, you already know what's happening. Holla at your boy, the Boss Heavyweight. Tap in with me. But if you go to Online PH and you basically, it costs like $70 or $80 a month to go on their platform and hire a virtual assistant from the Philippines for $3 to $6 a month. I mean, $3 to $6 an hour. which could be range from anywhere from like $350 to like $600 a month. Now, sounds crazy, but then you look at it bi-weekly, and that's like paying somebody less than $200 or $250 every 2 weeks to bring you more business. Now, if you first start getting started and you don't know where your next check is coming from, the goal should be to land a retainer client that's paying you $1,000 to $3,000 a month. Maybe I say $1,000 to $5,000 a month, and use that retainer to onboard a VA. And that sole goal of that VA is to find you 2 more retainers that is similar to the one that you already have. So if you have a $3,000 retainer or even a $1,000 retainer, and that virtual assistant gets you 2 other clients that are interested in the same services that you provide at that price point, now you can hire out an editor and somebody else to fulfill, along with that VA right there. So you'll have effectively 2-3 people on your team that can make it shake. This podcast shit is not easy. A lot of people think you can just hop on here and just start talking and it's just gonna flow, but it's not easy, especially when you don't have anybody in here to rap to, bro. So at this point now, man, I'm actually looking for a co-host. I need some energy. I need somebody that I could hop into the box with at least once a week and actually like bounce ideas off of and run it up. You don't know how your day is gonna go sometimes. You might have to go get tissue, you might have to go run errands, you might have to. So as an entrepreneur, your schedule is everything. Learning how to actually set a schedule and stick to a schedule has been a challenge. So even to recording this, even though this episode I can already tell is like, it's not probably one of my best episodes, but it will be a time where we're gonna hop on here and it's gonna get juicy, it's gonna get crazy. Throughout the time of putting these out there, I want to put out experiences from 2020 on till now to actually document my journey. I haven't been able to like focus on putting out my own content and making it something to watch on YouTube. So yeah, it's your boy Swift, man. If you're here right now, you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. If you want to tap in with me and actually like take your visuals to the next level, tap in at bossheavy.com. Book a call, book a schedule a meeting with me. Let's sit down and organize your thoughts, bring your visuals to life. Everything that you need is right here in front of you. This is just the pilot episode to give you guys a taste of what I'm on. Let me see what this thing actually sounds like, man. I appreciate everybody that's here that's actually like supporting the channel. The Patreon will be up and active very soon. And grab you a t-shirt, man. Grab you some merch. Shout out to my boy Hustle 5 Ways. You know what I mean? Nino was happening, baby. Shout out to my dog Hustle 5 Ways, man. Tapping with them boys out there in the DMV. They still moving around, going crazy. They doing things the boss heavy way. And until next time, man, do what you do, man. But make sure that you stay safe, stay solid. And no matter what it is that you do, always do it the boss heavy way. Salute, man. Check y'all later.